or later. It says this hangout on there is live. I've been losing motivation doing XAML stuff. Like I do it for work, and then like when I'm practicing in the morning or in the evening, like I don't know. I enjoy just writing functional code and even like view models that are still object oriented that connects to or depends on or has a dependency on functional code. Like I like that whole fast feedback. I don't even really use the REPL. Um, I just write tests. I love tests. I have a unhealthy relationship with tests. But these recruiters, they they don't know what code is. All they can see is a user interface, and that's what they put their money on. And and it is what it is. So it's like every once in a while I have to revisit doing XAML on my own free time to just try to retain muscle memory or at least remind my muscles of the past memories, right? So yeah, uh, so like if I'll share my screen, yeah, come here, and I'll share my screen. Like if I run this, I must have coded this login page like a month and a half, 2 months ago. It's not even coded, you know. Like when I launched this, I think the submit button or login button is still enabled. Yeah, email, password, and then next. And I don't know. I'm playing with this idea of why not just let them put in an arbitrary email and password, and when they hit the next button, they'll pretty much get notified saying, or there will be a page that says, "Hey, we don't have this email and or password um, on file. Would you like to register this new account?" And then they say yes or no. They say no. Then they re-enter their credentials, email, password. Um, Repeat that loop. Else, if they say uh, yeah, they want to create an account, then ask them to put in a confirmation password. They type in the confirmation password, and their account is created. Now, in the event that they actually make a mistake and log in their credentials, and they actually correct their credentials, and then they log in successfully with their corrected credentials, then their account is displayed. They have the little dashboard up. They have the little notifications of new subscribers, as well as their subscriptions of new feeds. And that's what I plan on doing. So, like, in a way, it's kind of similar to this Nikeza, come here, this Nikeza.io, in which there's some performance bottlenecks. I got to learn how to do like, oh, that was faster. Um, so this is my personal feed that even when I'm not logged in, I see Mark Siemens answers on Stack Overflow as he talks about Haskell and some other stuff. I guess he forgot about F sharp. He graduated from F sharp. He just does Haskell now. Tomas Petracek, la la la. Dave Rell has a Scott Drake conversation called Future Proof. Tomorrow morning, when I get on here, is going to basically show .NET Rocks bubble up to the top. And so Yeah, I'm basically trying to port this Nikeza.io to this mobile version, and this is on a mobile version. I actually practiced this domain modeling made functional by Scott Vlashin. I really like that book. I'm about to buy the book again just so I can add it to my Kindle library. I got a presidential library when it comes to Kindle. Um, yeah, I haven't looked at this in a while, but my presidential library, like, yeah, this is my presidential library. I know a lot of stuff. Well, I know a little bit about a lot of everything, you know. And this is just the programming stuff that I subscribe to. There's a hint of Spanish in here and psychology, you know. But for the most part, most of it's XAML via WPF and Xamarin, and then functional programming, and yeah, that's it. But anyway, so I have this little thing right here. I didn't even wire up this next button. I don't even know what form is this. Hold up. There should be like an why does my come here. There should be a app.xaml.cs over here. Come here. Why is it taking so long to respond? Well, that's the app.xaml. But I said CS. I wanted to use my keyboard, right? So I spent a lot of time trying to get familiar with the keyboard. Oh, my baby mama. Did you just call me? I missed a call. No, I didn't call you. All right. So over here, we have this registration page one. And well, we don't need to say that. We can simplify that. Why did oh you didn't get simplified because you're still running? Okay, so this registration page one is what we. I wonder, do I have my Hmm. I have my live XAML on here. Oh, come here, dependencies. It should be like, yeah, I got it in here. So if we go to this registration page one, we should do something like that. Come here. And so something that, what just happened? So something over here is there. Okay, so I'm using a control template. Okay. It's been so long since I looked at this code. This control template has a button because this is just for portrait, right? So apparently I need to create one for landscape as well, but it's probably going to be the same thing. So I really don't need that because this is pretty basic, you know? And so because it's basic, then hell's bells. Like, why don't I just like do something like that? Come here. And do something like this. Yeah. And like do something like that. Um, and then if I try to rotate, then it should not care, but it does care because it says landscape right there. Hmm. All right. Well, we'll put it back, and we'll do all this right back here. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to take like this button, and I need to assign a command to it, and all this stuff. It's hard for me to see all this, so maybe I should start doing stuff like this. Okay. And I'm gonna set a little pattern like this. Yes. Come here. Okay. That margin, you could really be part of a style, but I'm not going to trip on you right now. All right. So this button is what I really want to focus on. This button is there needs to be a shortcut to break everything down, all the attributes down to their own individual lines. But with this button, what I want to do is I want to say like this command equals, and then you could say binding context which doesn't show up in here. Binding equals, and I mean, it's going to be next, right? But I don't even think we have a view model lined up on here. We don't have a view model lined up on here at all. But this is just the registration page. But what I'm experimenting with is a lot of different registration pages. Sooner or later, I got to add some view models in here. And so these view models are going to be These view models, I should put these, what is this? Yeah, all this is in F#. I should really put these view models in their designated areas. Like I should have data sources in the profile library. I should have these registration stuff in the profile library. Now, should it be profile or should I have two? One account library and one is a profile library. Or translated, do I have a profile bounded context in addition, or hold on, let me start over. In addition to the profile bounded context, do I also provide a accounts bounded context? So translated, Nekeza.mobile.profile, which I already have right here, should I also have Nekeza.mobile.account, which I do not have on here yet? If I have the Nekeza.mobile.account, then I would throw the registration stuff in there. But in a way, I kind of feel like that fits under profile. And then, well, if it fits under profile, because all that stuff is related, such as data sources, which you kind of like, do I change profile to accounts? Because not really, because like a profile is something that someone that is leveraging this Nekeza app, they're subscribing to someone's profile. They're not subscribing to someone's accounts, right? And that's this whole ubiquitous language thing I keep hearing about in domain-driven design. I don't know, man. That's why I'm practicing so I can hurry up and F up as many times as I can, like on my time, so I don't do it on a client's budget because I'm considerate. Okay, so I don't know what I want to do. In a way, I want to say, well, Scott, it won't hurt to create an account bounded context. Translated, it won't hurt to create a Nekeza.mobile.accounts library or project under the solution and just throw your stuff in there. Now, the only reason I'm talking about all this is because I have this Nekeza.mobile UI logic that has all these view models in here. And well, these view models are useful, and I think that they should really be under one of these bounded contexts. So this UI logic, it can have pages, it can have a delegate command, but all this over here, these view models, I feel like they should go in here. But here's the thing though, if I throw all these view models in here, no, it still works because I was going to trip on this pages right here. But this pages right here, that's more application logic, and these view models are still focused on specific domains. Okay. So, all right. So I could say, okay, so look, die shall be a bounded context called account. Okay. Your account is going to have your registration stuff. And maybe as the app evolves, the forgot password and I don't know, maybe uploading photos for your avatar, whatever that stuff is, like whatever, man. Like, what just happened? I didn't mean to create it's called library one. Oh no, I'm going to delete you. You're not gonna. Well, first, I have to open up that window right here, and then I'm going to delete you. Yeah, I'm going to delete you because I didn't mean to call you library one. I'll go over here and make sure that you are deleted, my friend. Okay, you are deleted, my friend. And then I go back over here and I say, let's start this process over. So we're going to go in here and we're going to create a new library, just like we just did, but I didn't mean to do that. And we're going to call this Nikeza.mobile. Come here. .accounts. Pendejo. Okay, so we got this Nikeza.mobile.accounts. I said Pendejo at the end. Now, this Nikeza.mobile.account, we can throw in like a view model right here, and it's called registration. Don't I already have a registration view model? What am I doing? Okay, get rid of that. This somewhere else in here, like there's a script.fx like this right here. Like, yo, we get rid of view two. Like, I don't do REPL. I'm too cool for that. Okay. Now, with that said, where am I at? Where am I at? So all this is clean right now, right? All this is clean, which means it should build. Everything should build. Now it builds. Okay. Now what I really want to do is I want to say, hey, UI logic, like these view model stuff, like especially you registration right here, and maybe you over here. Yeah, we need to pick out some better names, but for right now, like you need to go into this accounts. So like I go into this accounts and paste it, and so we're over here now. And so this Nikeza.mobile.account, I need to make sure that my namespaces line up. So this Nikeza.mobile.accounts, something like this. And registration is fine. We can keep that up here. Okay. And well, same thing over here. We say Nikeza.mobile.accounts, like something like that. Okay. And well, we need to add some references. Yes. And so we say, more than likely, you're going to. Yeah. What do you rely on? Going to rely on UI logic because I think that's where my view model base is. We'll see. And it's happy. If I try to build everything, then it gives me some errors. And it's going to give me some errors because what's this over here? This app logic should be count over here. What else? There's going to be a lot of stuff that's messed up. Hold up. Where's all this? Nikeza.mobile.account. Well, I thought I gave you a reference to profile. Did I? No, I did not give you a reference to profile. Okay, now you have a reference to profile. Okay. You should be pacified. And so now what, Willis? It says you don't know what observers are. Nikeza.mobile.account. Hold up. AppLogic. AppLogic needs to have a reference to Nikeza.mobile.account. You have a reference to Nikeza.mobile.account. Okay. Pacify. Okay. And Helmers. That doesn't sit well. You should have like block right here because that's confusing. Yes. And what's this over here? Why are you like off to the side? You should be like, yes, like that. OCD is taking over. What? Why is all my stuff like? Come here. Something like that. Okay. And something like that. Okay. And I was feeling a lot of stuff. Something like that. Okay. Okay. All right. Now let's handle profile. No. Let me let me just enter. Okay. Add to responders. I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, we didn't handle this other stuff yet. Okay. So far I only did everything for profile. Yes. Okay. Now, what did I actually accomplish? Oh, IDK. Hold up. App.xaml.cs. Okay, and so this over here, we don't need you. Come here. Oh, yes. What's that? Come here. I said we don't need you right here, Xamarin Forms. Get rid of that. Okay. Rid of you too. Okay. So that's registration one. And we go over here. And yeah, that still relies on a control template. I'll write some pretty code, man. I like this. And what I want to do is on the XAML, I want to say like, oh, there's a binding dot next here, but there should also be like a is enabled property because we don't want that button just enabled if they haven't entered anything in. I gotta figure that out later though. So sooner or later there's this registration one view model is what is currently mapped to, I think. And we have a next command right here. But why are you really? Is that the way it's supposed to go? I think it's supposed to be let. I think it's supposed to, I think the convention. Oh yeah. Oh, it's right here. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's what I was looking at. So so what I need to do is this is in the case.mobile.accounts, and over here we need to in our X forms. X is for cross-platform. You need to. I don't know if this local is needed. I don't think that. Oh, we can leave that local here. La la. We definitely need to have this over here though. So XML namespace, and then we could say accounts. All right. Equals, and then we say accounts. You don't know what I'm talking about, huh? We say okay, no, what the free? What do we say? CLR dash namespace. Why isn't my intelligence coming up? CLR dash namespace colon, and then from here it should say like, okay, I'm trying to give up now. Nikeza dot mobile dot accounts, something like that. And because this is in a different assembly, I think we have to say like assembly equals, and then we say the same thing. We say nikeza.mobile.accounts, something like that over here. So I think that's how it goes. And let me try to build. And when I try to build it, it should update all the IntelliSense stuff if that does work. And then I can reference that as a view model where I say, come here, Willis. I could say this content page, come here, content page dot binding context. Yes. And I could say, hold up, the conventions are lowercase, not uppercase. Oh, come here. Yes. So we have this accounts over here, and we say, oh, come here, accounts. Yes. Now I expect my IntelliSense to come up, but it's not coming up. Whatever. View model. But it's really like, hold up. This is supposed to be account dot registration. Something like that, right? Because that, my friend, is the case.mobile.account registration. Okay. But the thing is put on the wrong part. That's the assembly. The namespace is over here. So that should work. Was it registration or registration one? Oh, this is registration. We're going to, this says view model one. Why does it say view model one over here? Whatever. This isn't, I don't like the way this looks, man. We're going to update the view model one later. Right? So binding contact, I'm going to build. And more than likely, it's probably going to scream at my XAML, even though I think this stuff is right, but I didn't have any IntelliSense. What are these warnings over here? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but what I should do, which is I think a good idea, is I should treat these warnings as errors, at least on the new account library that I created. So it should be like debug tab, and it should be like is it build? And it says treat errors as warnings. I say all, okay. And you know, these other libraries, they should already have that setting. Because I'm a pretty disciplined dude. You guys should already have that setting. Yeah, you have that setting as well, because it says it right here. Good stuff. And if I build, well, I already built already, right? So we la 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 la. Where am I at? We have account over here. Okay, view model one. So theoretically, this next right here should map to this next right here. In order to know if we did that successfully, we put a breakpoint right here. And we check our bindings when we launch the application. Okay. And so I feel like I'm not doing something. What did I miss? What did I miss? I didn't get that last time. All right, so that's not working. And more than likely, it's not working because it's saying XAML. Okay. And registration page one. Okay. So, what I think, why is this thing so stretched out? What I think is the issue is I'm willing to bet that, did I call it next or did I call it next command? Hold up, where's my view model at? It's called next. All right. What I'm willing to bet is this account namespace is probably screwed up. So we got to go over this with a fine tooth comb. This nikeza.mobile.account should be the name of the assembly. If I go to application, that's the assembly name right there. Okay. So just for the sake of correctness, just paste it right back in there. It should be the same. It looks like it just changed a little bit. Maybe it didn't. Okay. And we also want to take this right here and we want to paste that here. Okay. Something like that. I don't know if anything changed there. It looks the same to me. Okay. And so what else? Well, view model one doesn't take any constructor doesn't take any parameters in its constructor. So that looks fine. View model 1, view model 1, okay? The binding context of this page is this right here, okay? So theoretically, like, this stuff should just work. So I should just be able to hit run, and I shouldn't get a XAML issue. I shouldn't get a XAML error. Unless I'm not referencing that account library in my Xamarin Forms page, which I thought I am because, okay, let me, for example, I thought I already did, if we expand this, NuGet, I don't see references in here. Hold up, come here. Add reference. Uh-oh. Well, that might be it. All right, let's kill everything. Oh, hold up. So it says account not found, account view model 1 not found. And it needs to reference this stuff, especially the account one, because that's where we're at. So your Xamarin, that should work now. Okay, we'll try to run this again because we didn't have that as a reference, and that's where the project is out of date. Would you like to build it? Okay. We didn't have any of those references in there, and it's going to be impossible for it to find that view model as a binding context if it doesn't have a reference to a library that harbors that binding context. So it could throw another error, but it shouldn't throw that exact same error that I just resolved, and it throws that exact error that I just resolved. Okay. Says account view model 1 not found in XML and whatever CLR. The case of mobile.account.registration. The case of mobile.account.registration right here. And everything is public by default. Hey, look at this. Hey, it's F sharp. It has the whole play button. That's cool. All right, so let me figure this out. What else are we missing here? Oh, because this takes a constructor. Okay. Well, no. So here's an interesting question: is how do I handle in F sharp? Or does F sharp provide support for overloaded constructors? I think this is the issue right here. I think that's the issue because in my XAML, in my binding context over here, this depends on a parameterless constructor. Let me say that again. This when I spin up an instance of my view model, the constructor must be parameterless. Okay. And when I go over here, well, we have a parameter in our constructor. It's called dependencies, right? That's the name of the argument, but it's of type dependencies, which is right up here. So that definitely is causing an issue. So the question is, if I say like F sharp or how do I want to say this, overloaded constructor, can I do something like this? Writing a generic class that has two constructors. First one initial their field. Second one. Hold up. I'm getting distracted right now because I just got 5 points. Shortcut to find it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. This is over here. Second. Okay. So, yo, I'm like 26 points away from hitting 5,000. I should answer a question on Stack Overflow. All right, hold up. So, if the type will be used from languages other than F sharp, the following provides a natural interface in F sharp, C sharp. Oh, that's too complicated. That stuff is too complicated. So, constructors, class. I probably should do a search on overloaded. Where we at? Overload. Overload. Okay. Condition specified. No, it's not. If there's no. How do I overload a constructor? Hold up. Overloading constructor without initial editing. Overloading constructor. I've created the following type using implicit type construction. They have a parameter in this matrix constructor. Okay. However, now I need to add the following overloaded constructor to this type, which is in C sharp here. Okay. Problem that is any overloaded type must have a parameter list that is a subset of the first constructor. So someone answers and says, I would probably just do this. And they have some matrix, double, boom. Unless we are talking about very large arrays, which are whatever. If you want to emulate C sharp, you need to explicit field that can be accessed from both constructors like this. By the way, there's a what both constructors? I don't see. Only hold up. Matrix rows columns. Another one's matrix. I don't see. I don't see how you do. Let me check up here. I don't see how you overload constructors in F sharp because I think that's the reason why I'm getting the XAML error. This right here. How do you do this? I don't write a blog post about this once I figure it out. Okay, not maybe not once I figure it out. Multiple constructors in class inheritance in F sharp. I'm having difficulty. Boom, 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 boom. Foo. And now I tried the following, and it's if you want F sharp source code who complies to precisely the same APIs given by your C sharp code, the answer is as follows. Ah, this right here. Okay. Okay. I think I understand this. Kind of. So what they're saying is this is how you do constructors. You say new. This is a parameter list one. Inherit foo. Okay. I got that. And the other one is new, and then they have name that's passed in. Okay, 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 okay. So theoretically, I should be able to say new with parentheses, open close equals. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So verbatim, I should be able to do this. Close you. Go over here, and theoretically, should be able to do something like that, and we inherit view model base. like that. And oh, why are we still getting? Why are we still getting this? How does this work? Okay. If I, how do they do this in here? They don't have. One is they don't have this up here. And then, okay, let's act like they don't have that either. But we need to have the equal sign. Okay. It has an issue with this view model base. Yeah, this is going to take me a while to figure out. This says this expression. Well, I should be able to do something like this as x. Okay. And okay. No, it doesn't like to as x. Uh, says unexpected keyword as. Okay. So you don't like as in there. I bet you if I put the new over here, why don't you like my view model base in here? Mm, okay, let's pretend that you're nah. You should hold up. Inherit. You should be okay with that. Even if you're not, we could say new, and then maybe I say as x here, and the expression was expected to have type object, but here has type view model base. All right, so I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I know I'm close. Basically, figure out how to retrofit these different types of constructors into here, this view model, and that XAML thing that I have going on should go away. And all this is because I'm trying to, this needs to work, right? Because that's why I'm getting an error in the first place at runtime, because it's complaining about my constructor. Hopefully, once I resolve that, I shouldn't get any more runtime errors. And then I can just go ahead and make sure that this command called next, which I'm referencing over here. Where are you at next? Hold up. Where are you at? Am I in the right? Is it view model or view model 1? It's this next over here. La la. This next button here. Make sure that works. So, all right. Spinning my wheels. I'm going to kill this. Stop broadcast. Adios.